Becca Habegger has been in the neighborhood for the last few hours. She joins us now live to tell us how people are dealing with all of this. Becca.
You know, Chris, I am here right just a block away from the Ramada where, of course, that fatal shootout happened earlier today. You know, what we're learning, as you heard in the press conference, is that not only is this an unfolding situation, but there are certainly a lot of people who are impacted by this. I was speaking via text with somebody who was actually in that hotel right now. He is a man who is here with his wife and his 4 children, visiting his mother. 3 of the kids and his wife are in the hotel with him, and he tells me that they are still in the hotel at this point. I've been texting with him all afternoon. I just heard from him. They are sheltering in place as they have been told to do by authorities. Obviously a very nervous situation for a family with 3 young children to be experiencing. I also have spoken with other folks on the scene here. This blockade, of course, which is all around the Ramada, is keeping people from going to their homes and to their jobs. One man was at work when this all happened. He could not get back to his home this afternoon. He told me that he, of course, is very heartbroken for the officer's family who has passed away, and I asked him also about the safety of the...
Everybody's job every day could be the last day. So it can get pretty rowdy on weekends a lot of times, a lot of partying, late night, yelling and stuff going on, but first time anything like this has ever happened.
Spoke with 2 men whose jobs it is to deliver vehicles to dealerships. One of them was able to complete his task today. He delivered a vehicle to the Toyota dealership here. The other man, the dealership is in the area that's blocked off around the Ramada. So this is an example of how crime not only impacts, first and foremost, the families and the loved ones of those who were shot and the man who was killed, but also on a smaller scale, people who live here, people who work here, even people who commute through this area. So we'll continue to monitor the scene. Again, the Ramada just a block here behind me, where law enforcement officers remain on the scene, and as you heard at the press conference, will remain on the scene for quite a while as they continue their investigation. For now, Chris, I'm going to send it back to you.
Becca, I have to ask you, we heard in the news conference that they are still asking people to shelter in place there at the Ramada Inn, and that they're going to be going through and canvassing and asking questions. Do we know how long this process could go? Have we given a time frame for what people should expect?
Chris, that's a great question. I know from talking with this man that he and his family are willing to and of course going to follow the law enforcement instruction as long as it takes. He did not have a timetable for me, and I have not heard a timetable yet in terms of how long these poor folks in the Ramada are going to have to stay in their rooms. Certainly it's a scary situation for all of those folks involved, and as you heard in the press conference, it's a rather large motel, so there could be lots of people and lots of statements to be taken at this point. This is certainly no investigation that is near wrapping up anytime soon.
Okay, Becca Habegger reporting live for us tonight. Thank you, Becca. And just to recap, today Deputy Robert French, a 21-year veteran of the Sacramento County Sheriff's Department, died in the line of duty. He was shot at the Ramada Inn. This is located in Arden Arcade. It all started as a car chase that ended in Elk Grove. 2 women accused of driving a stolen car were arrested, and it led officers to the Ramada Inn. A man shot 2 CHP officers through a motel room door, and as he tried to escape, he shot Deputy French, jumped off a motel balcony, and drove away before crashing the car he was in. The man has been detained, and those 2 CHP officers are still in the hospital tonight.